Woo!
Well, we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I just beat that last level.
Oh, we came back right at the worst possible time. But anyway, here we are. We've got swinging inverted crosses with not actual pentagrams on them, although I guess if the cross was inverted properly, it would be. Yeah. Look at this devil shit. We're gonna go to hell just for playing this.
Look at this devil shit.
Look at this.
Pissy 2018. Actually, this might be out in 2019. I don't know.
Yeah, but the quote was made in 2018. Let's be fucking real here. Speaking of which, the fact that it's the end of the year, how was your Christmas, Eric?
It was awesome.
Ooh, good. Tell me about it.
So usually I hate the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the holidays. For one, I don't like the fucking traffic that it produces. I don't like shopping. I feel like it's a weird, I have a love or hate thing with Secret Santas. I love them because like it's your opportunity to make to like get that person a good or funny gift. And usually, you know, with your friends, like you want to incorporate humor and also thoughtfulness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that thing pushed me.
Yeah.
But I also I hate the feeling of feeling obligated to buy something.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, well, Eric, that wasn't the best run you ever had, but you might recover.
Oh shit. Oh, don't I have a special ability? I do.
Dude, look at you and your abilities. Didn't help you there, but
I have freeze trucks. That's it.
well, that's pretty useful.
I keep forgetting I have that
Yeah,
because it's in an
use it.
awkward button position.
Ah, that's how they get you.
Ah, shit.
Didn't help there.
But usually I also have this feeling of like, oh, you're gonna make me get real. Real talk?
Do it again.
I am not a family person. I do not like a lot of my family. I've come to better terms as I progress through my 20s. But like, I had a weird, crappy relationship with my parents in my teens, and it didn't get better until I actually moved out, which is surprising, but I feel like
Around them less, you know. That'll help.
yeah, I feel like that happens with more than just me, more people than just me.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck living with people of a certain personality, whether you want to or not, for the first, usually minimum 18 years of your life. So
Yeah.
if it's not compatible, there's not many ways out of that, other than shut yourself in your room and not talk to them, and then you're just like the awkward child that doesn't talk to their family.
Yeah. So I've always had this like weird, estranged, I think that's the term, estranged feeling, or relationship with my family. And even with like, I still hate
my
most
God,
of my
what?
mom's side of my family. Like they're all a bunch of like lying, conniving, deceitful people.
Not good personality traits to have.
Yeah, I thoroughly dislike my mom's family. Sorry, Mom. I could say why you'll never see this, but that would just make me get even more emotional. And then like, I didn't like most of my dad's side of my family. You know, once I like after like the age of like, actually no, I would say like my whole childhood, I disliked them. They're always like, a lot of them like they're more financially well off than me and my parents were. Like me and my parents were like the poor.
So you're the black sheep. That's how my mom's family kind of is.
Yeah, we're like the poor household in the whole extended family.
The dirty secret. That's the one that doesn't have as much money as us.
Yeah, and the rest of them, they weren't rich, but they were definitely like, I would say teetering between middle class and upper middle class. Like they always had the nice stuff and blah blah blah, and like they always shoved it in my face, and it just like they kind of like bullied me when I was younger, and holy fuck, the amount of concentration trying to talk and do
Yeah, that one seemed tough. That one seemed very tough.
And sorry guys if I was fucking stuttering and hesitating a lot there.
A lot going on. All right, Porky Pig. Let's just do this.
Bitch! I've come to better terms with them, you know.
Well, that's good.
Going through my 20s, but it just kind of gave me this like feeling of like, you know, you really only saw them around the holidays, and it just imprinted it in my brain that on the holidays is when I feel lonely. It doesn't matter how many people I'm surrounded by, I just feel emotionally lonely. It's
It's manipulative liars or rich assholes.
Yeah.
Who do you want to spend your time with?
And it always just made me super like sad and bummed out. And then even like, you know, in my late teens and early 20s, the holidays would always make me feel really. How are you guys honking? And why are you guys honking?
I think it's like they're squealing in pain. That's how I took it.
Yeah. Oh shit! It's filling up with lava.
Yeah, it is.
I want to see what this looks like behind me. Oh, so it's just going up.
Yeah, you're not getting much.
So, and even like just to like a couple years ago, like the holidays, like even living with a bunch of friends, I would just feel lonely on the holidays because like I guess part of me just wanted that that emotional feeling of like togetherness that I like tried to push away from growing up. Like I always try to push away from my family. And
this
then
psychoanalysis we got going on here.
And that just made me feel lonely and just sad and I mean I went through depression for a long time starting at like 15. I was depressed for good 10 years. And so even living with a bunch of friends and being around them on the holidays, because we'd usually do like a Friendsgiving or a Friendsmas, and you know we'd all do our family stuff, but then once we were all done with that, we'd all come together and share our leftovers from like the family dinners, and even recently we just started like cooking a legitimate meal together, and you know, it was nice, but I still just had this feeling of like just loneliness. Like I was just alone and like, you know, I wanted someone to really like just share some life experiences with. And even like my past girlfriends that like they would try to like cheer me up on the holidays. Like it never worked. And I would always be honest with them. I was like, I'm sorry. I appreciate your effort, but I just don't like the holidays. They make me sad. They make me feel lonely. Like Halloween, Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve, Christmas, all of them. Fuck. But this Christmas, I truly didn't feel lonely. It was probably like the first Christmas that I can remember, like other than like, you know, being a little kid and getting an N64 on Christmas Day from your parents.
Oh yeah, who wouldn't love that?
But like as soon as I started becoming like, you know, an actual person with a personality and emotions and stuff, I just have not liked the holidays. Didn't even really like my birthday. And Victoria, and that's gonna sound like super fucking corny, but Victoria just helped me feel not lonely for once.
That's
and
good.
It was a nice feeling, and yeah. So I don't even know why we got on this. Oh, we got on this topic.
That's how your Christmas was.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that you're feeling better about Christmas now than you were before, ever. So that's good news.
So how were your holidays?
Oh, they were pretty uneventful. It was just family shit. I don't have problems with my mother's side of my family. We just don't really talk or know each other all that well, so it's pretty bland. Kind of the typical description of a boring holiday, you know. You just sit around at the relative's house, so they talk about generic things, and I'm like, oh yeah, because none of us are close, so it doesn't really matter to me.
I would have felt
that kind of stuff.
I would have felt bad if I'd like gave that whole spiel about like how I had like my first happy Christmas that I can remember. How was your holiday? Sucked.
Yeah, I cut myself a lot.
I cut myself.
I was gonna start cutting the turkey, and I decided, you know, it's just like, why? When there's a perfectly good arm right here, and at least that could alleviate some of the pain.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah, my holiday was pretty boring, but that's okay. I kind of prefer it that way because holidays. I also get stressed out about them because one, I feel like I'm dog shit at buying gifts, and two, it costs a fuck ton of money, and no one has. I was talking about this with somebody recently. I was like, it really should be socially acceptable to just opt out of Christmas and just tell everyone, yeah, listen, I'm not buying anyone gifts. Don't buy me any gifts. I'll come to your party if you want, but like, I cannot afford to buy you all fucking shit. I just can't.
Yeah. On the top, while I'm still kind of in that mood of being like real and not silly, and we just made a joke about self-harm, and I'm still all for making jokes about offensive material. Are we coming up to the close of this episode?
Nah, we still got 5 minutes.
Okay. Self-harm. I have done it before, several times, in my long phase of being severely depressed.
A decade of depression.
Oh my god.
Starring Keanu Reeves.
That's brutal.
Coming this summer.
Actually, I don't know if that's brutal or if it sounds like it should be like if My Chemical Romance were to make a comeback.
Sounds a little bit more like an MCR album, yeah.
Yeah.
Decade of depression.
Which is funny. I always spent so much time when I was growing up making fun of My Chemical Romance.
It's hard not to.
And then recently I started listening to them and I was like, oh my god, I fucking love this band.
You have to be able to recognize the good and bad and shit like that. Like Smash Mouth, like that's just memed into hilarity. But god damn it, they've got some songs that are fun to listen to.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with MCR. I'll make fun of them for being cringy as shit. They are, but it doesn't mean they're bad musicians.
Yeah, a lot of their. I mean, they haven't made. They broke up in like the late 2000s or something, so they haven't made music since that time period, anyways. Which I think is good. I think they all mutually agreed to break up at like the right time.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we made some solid albums. We never sucked.
Leave the legacy alone.
Yeah, and everyone wants them to like regroup and no, just they made some masterpiece albums, regardless of if you like them or not. It was good fucking music. And it's funny too because the type of girl that I'm into is totally like the girl in high school that was obsessed with My Chemical Romance.
Right.
Yet I spent so much time making fun of them.
I should have thought ahead, man.
Because back then I was, and I still hold firm to this belief, that metalheads are just super fucking generic people. And I was a metalhead back then. And I was just like,
super fucking generic people.
I love metal music, but like the metalheads that are just like,
I get it. I know what you mean.
like if it's not Disturbed or Godsmack, it's bad.
Yeah, I know what you mean because when I met you guys mostly all in freshman year, all of my friends were really into music except for me, and a lot of you were into that kind of music, and I didn't really know it. I started to learn it over that time, but I was friends with all of you with the same hair and the trip pants and all the metalhead kind of ticks that the boxes that get ticked for metalhead. I knew them all.
I will fully admit I was that type of person before.
Nothing wrong with that.
And it's funny, they recently I mean like probably a couple years ago at this point. So they've done studies before about like fans of different music, and for a long time it was.
Sorry, great failure right there. Reminder to everyone that this isn't just an audio track laid over footage. We're actually commentating while playing.
Yeah. So they've done studies before about like fans of music. And for the longest time, it was people who were into pop music were considered the most closed-minded, picky people when it comes to taste in music. Like they're the most resilient and like unwilling to accept
other types
other types of music. And when they did that study most recently, why can I not jump high enough for that? They classified metalheads as the most pickiest, closed-minded people who refuse to accept other types of music.
Come on, metalheads, get your shit together.
And like I said, don't get me wrong, I love metal music. I listen to a lot of metal music, but I don't consider myself a metalhead because I also listen to a lot of pop and rap and like electronic, like just weird. I like a lot of really weird, fucked up music.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bungle,
Professional Elemental, for example.
Pinkly Smooth, check them out. Professional Elemental.
You heard of the Tiger Lilies?
I heard someone mention that recently.
I think you would like them a lot.
Before I get too off topic, I wanted to get back to self-harm.
Do you want to get back to it on the next episode?
No, I want to finish this statement.
All right.
Self-harm. Don't fucking do it. It's not worth it. I did it, and I thought that it was going to make me feel better. And I wasn't even an attention whore about it. I did it in places that were not revealing. I hid it under my clothing. And I don't know looking back on it now, I don't know why I did it. It was stupid. I know the concept is it's the physical pain is supposed to be there to distract you from the emotional and mental pain. It's not worth it, guys. Like, if you are really hurting, like, talk to someone, talk to a friend, try to find a hobby, something to take your mind off of it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. And we're at the boss level.
In hell.
But anyways, with that, we will see you guys tomorrow.
Don't hurt yourself. Come back to watch us conquer the devil.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.